It's Hack Yeah. We're breaking the mold. Code breakers here dropping gems of gold. From boardroom plays to cubicle hacks, we crack the code so you don't fall flat.
And I'm the Pathfinder, clearing the way, helping you rise up every work day. From first jobs to next level tracks, we teach what works, no fluff, just facts.
Hack what? Hack what? Hack yeah.
Welcome back to Hack Yeah, where micro innovations lead to macro results. I'm Kim, the Pathfinder, and I'm here with my co-host, none other than
Gary Cam in the house. What's up, Hackster? I'm really glad we are diving into this one today. It's a topic that's super close to my heart, and honestly, a natural follow-up to episode 6 that hopefully you guys watched. We talked about mindset being the spark in episode 6. Today, we're talking about how to activate the spark in action.
right, because awareness without action is just, well, awareness. So today's episode, all about how we work differently. We're calling it a new way of working. But really, it's about creating smarter, faster, more human systems that actually support the people using them.
Exactly. So last time, I shared how my mindset shifted when I realized I was stuck inside my so-called Excel kingdom. That realization was huge, but the magic didn't happen until I acted upon it.
And that's what I love about your story, Gary. You didn't just stop at, oh, wow, I've been doing it wrong. You started testing new ideas and systems. Right?
Yep, and that's mindset shift lead me to ask, what if there's a better way? And when I lean into that question, everything changes. I start by automating reports that I used to pull manually from Oracle using VBA. Then I layer in Power Query that I learned from Adam Coleman to clean and structure data without all those manual Excel gymnastic. And eventually, we even start using something called Power Automate to move email attachment to SharePoint, turning them into a centralized location so that the whole entire team can benefit from it.
I remember that season.
Yep.
That's when SPR was born, right?
Oh yeah, so that's SPL, and you might ask like, what the heck is SPL? SPL stands for System, Process, Improvement, and Risk. It was a brand new department we created at LK to bridge the gap between IT and the day-to-day supply chain users.
And full transparency, I got to support that idea from the ground up. It was risky, but it was also what the team needed at the time.
Yeah, and when Kim mentioned risky, the reason why it's risky is because it was brand new to the industry. It's not just to LK. Like, there's no company out there that really have a team that dedicated to system, process, and risk at that time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just about saving time, right, Kim? It's about automating. Yeah, it's like, yes, it does automate reports, standardizing process, but you know that hours of saving is not really the core thing that we're aiming at in this SPL. What we created is breathing room, mental space, and permission for the team to think differently and work differently.
Yeah, so you didn't just build tools, you built a team,
Yes.
right? So what was your first move when you launched?
So honestly, I know that I won't be able to do it alone. You know, like there's a wise man said that, you know, if you want to move fast, you move alone. But if you want to move far away, you want to move together. So we know we need a team. And we need a team that have a new way of thinking mindset. We need people who were not satisfied with how it's always been doing things. We need people to question everything with intention, not ego.
Rebels Without a Cause, I called you, right? I remember when you first mentioned JQ and Miggs, and let's talk about how they ended up being on your starting lineup.
Yeah, so shout out to JQ and Miggs. So JQ was easy. She was already working at LK at that time. She was always very willing to have a creative mindset, always challenging the status quo thinking, right? And her out of the box mindset is what stood out for her. And it wasn't just an idea that she had, right? It was the courage that she had to bring them out and share them with the team. She challenged the status quo and and challenged the status quo thinking without making it a personal thing. And that kind of creativity is rare and contagious.
Yeah, she's always the person asking, why not try this, right? So what about Miggs?
So Miggs was a wild card. He was brand new to the company. During the interview, I saw this in him. He was a blend of humility and hunger together. He asked thoughtful questions amid what he didn't know, but there was this fire in him that I felt like he wasn't here to just to do a job. He was here to impact a job.
Yeah, a rare combo, right? So humble enough to learn, but bold enough to build.
Exactly. So we had, Jackie dreaming up the possibility for our team. We have Miggs figuring out how to bring things to life, and then you have me in the middle connecting the dots together to keep us grounded in what the end user actually need. So this like kind of just boost triangle become like the best way for us to work. Always pulling in different directions, but all aim at the one goal: make work better.
So once the squad was assembled, the three of you, you at the helm, what did that early momentum look like?
So yeah, it starts small, but it picked up fast. We were just automating stuff in the beginning, but we were looking for a pressure point. Those moments where people ask, why is still manual, right? Is there a better way to do things? So those two questions is very key for us to take in from our end users. One of the big thing that we tackled was the inventory risk report. I'm not sure if you remember that, Kim.
Yeah.
How to monitor supply level without living in the 24/7 spreadsheets.
Yep, I remember that one. You all built a tool that let people see potential stock out risk early.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. We created a system that tracked inventory buffer both at our end and our supplier ends. It gave the team proactive views so that it could address gaps before they become a problem. So when you think about like all the firefightings that people have to do, well, why don't you eliminate the fire so you don't fight the fires, right? So instead of pulling 10 reports every morning, folks were just able to take up this report and actually tell was able to see what they need to look at day to day.
Huge mindset shift. So going from reactive scramble to proactive clarity.
Yes, and that's when people start noticing us, Kim.
Yep.
We were not trying to get attention, but departments start to ask like, hey, wait, what is going on with the SPL? Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, dashboard envy.
Dashboard envy, something like that. And now the breakthrough was that when we built a supplier risk scorecard, our sourcing team were trying to manage a dozen of different factors like quality, delivery, financial health, diversity. If you live in that area, you know what I'm talking about. But it was all scattered, and I'm pretty sure your industry is like that too. So we brought it together, gave them a single view with score that helps them to prioritize, make fast decisions, and make informed decisions.
Yeah, and that was empowering for them, right? It gave the team a sense of control in an uncertain supply chain landscape.
Yes, exactly. We were not just coding in a corner. The three of us, we were not coding in a corner. We were talking to end users, asking real questions. What's the most painful parts of your day? What's stopping you from doing the work that you actually got hired to do? So those questions, even though it's simple, for people that's listening, you have to ask them because people that is working usually don't tell you what is painful for them because that sounds like complaints to them. So those real change came from not from the tools but from empathy, and from this idea maybe the boring repetitive stuff doesn't have to be the norm.
That's what I loved about SPR. You didn't come in with a superiority complex. You came in with a servant leader mindset. Ask, listen, build, improve.
Yes, and celebrate every small win, Kim. Like when we help build a supplier onboarding process with our diversity team, bringing in new partners and streamlining how they join the system. That was meaningful, and it wasn't just data; it was impact.
Yeah, I hope everyone listening here catches that. This new way of working isn't just about faster spreadsheets. It's about unlocking people, the power in the people, and letting folks use their brain power on what matters, not on formatting tabs or chasing file versions. And that's the key, right? The new way of working isn't about adopting the newest tool or jumping on the latest trend.
Yes.
It's about listening, simplifying, giving people systems that work for them.
Yes, we're not looking to be rebels. We're looking to be relevant. We ask, how do we remove friction? How do we make people's job easier? How do we give time back to them, right? And once people saw that we were doing that for them, they start coming to us. Not because we forced the change to them, but because we proved that it works.
Which is huge, right? Because when the system works for the people, people start working with the system. So when did you realize SPR was just a department that was more than just a department that creates reports and introduces tech?
Yes, I'm glad that you asked that question. So when I saw people start doing the same thing that I was doing, like teaching each other, we automate something and someone would like tweak it, teach it, improve it, and that cycle keep going. That's when I know that this is more than just a department that we have. It's not just process improvement, it's cultural change. It's contagious. And that's when the concept of data ring was born that I'm leading in this company.
From a spreadsheet?
From a spreadsheet, yeah. It started with SPL, thanks to you, sponsoring it, Tim. But what we built was more than automation. It was a community, a rhythm of learn, do, teach, and repeat. And that rhythm is the heartbeat of data ring.
And when you create that kind of culture, you don't have to push people to innovate. They want to.
Yeah, totally, Kim. You get faster innovation, deeper engagement, and people own their work. And not because someone told them to, but because they believe in what they are doing. And it all started with a mindset, and it comes to life through new ways of working.
So whether you're a manager trying to streamline chaos or someone just trying to stop updating 10 tabs within a Excel worksheet manually every morning, this is your moment. Ask the question, is there a better way?
Yep. And when you find it, share it, teach it, pass it forward. That's how the new way of working become the way that we all work.
All right. As always, shout out to our behind the scenes sound wizard Dominique, Davinci group. And we also have Aiden, Gary's son in the background here helping us out today as well.
Amen.
So thanks all.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. And to help spread the episode to more people, please hit the subscribe button, share this part with someone that you know, follow us on LinkedIn at hackyea.com. And you can drop us feedbacks on the episode's idea at www.hackyea.com. Until next time, Hack Yea!
It's Hack Yeah. We're breaking the mold. Code breakers here dropping gems of gold. From boardroom plays to cubicle hacks, we crack the code so you don't fall flat.
And I'm the Pathfinder, clearing the way, helping you rise up every work day. From first jobs to next level tracks, we teach what works, no fluff, just facts.